We're going to change the world at the ballot box. But we got to form a, we have the means to do it. Okay, we could be in contact with each other. 18-year-olds have the right to vote. So now all adults can vote, and we need a third party that represents the workers. The Democrats and the Republicans represent big business. It doesn't matter who the president is. Some may be smarter than others. Some may be more open to certain issues than others. However, they both support big business. Democrats and Republicans, by the way, boys and girls, both get money from big business. As a matter of fact, almost all big businesses, boys and girls, at the Fortune 1000, maybe 95 to 99% of them give money equally to both parties. So it doesn't matter who the president is or who the senators are. They are protected. Think about that. They give equally to both parties. All right? We need a new party where no money is taken from big business. It's our party, the Workers' Party. To develop economic democracy, workers also have to join as a class by organizing new unions. Okay, right now, 12% of our population belongs to these unions, but they're all divided. Okay, they're clubs. They're not real unions. Okay, we're talking about one major union where all the workers are united from different types of occupations. These democratic rank and file governed unions built along the program of industry while fighting day-to-day battles for higher pay and a better work environment, they have a bigger goal in mind, boys and girls, supplanting control of the industries and services by a fraction of percentage of the population with social possession and democratic workers' domination. In other words, the final goal is the workers run and own and control the factories, and they decide democratically how it's going to be run. All the industries, the construction work, the mining, the farming. Okay. Right now, all these industries are owned and controlled just by a handful of people. And if you're wondering who these handful of people are, boys and girls, because you say, well, aren't these all stockholders and whatever, and everybody owns, so many Americans own stock? You got to look at who is the major stockholder, boys and girls. And whoever the major stockholder is, they have control of that industry. It doesn't matter. You may have 10 million people who may have stock in something. But if you always have one person who will say controls 51% of that stock, they make all the decisions on how that business is run. So this is important to realize. That's who you look at, who has the power behind the scenes. Okay, and you could probably find this online. Look at major stockholders of whatever industry you want to look at, whatever company you want to look at. Now the CEO, sometimes that's the major stockholder, but most of the time usually a CEO is appointed by the major stockholder to run the company. And as long as the major stockholder is getting profits, he is happy or she is happy with that CEO. We're going to change that. Now the people run and control the company. While fighting day-to-day struggles, these unions would strive at directing the whole working class, employed and unemployed, blue-collar and white-collar, in all occupations. Through an arrangement of elected and retractable representatives, the various unions would be combined by industry and tied together into one big union, which would direct a united encounter against the wealthy few who possess and govern the means of producing and apportioning. With the greater number of workers support economic democracy, when the greater number of workers support economic democracy, this big union would back up the determination made at the ballot box by grabbing and maintaining and handling the industries and services of the land in the social interest. So on one hand, we're working at the workplace for workers to take over, and at the same time at the ballot box. Both are happening at the same time. The unions would then advance the governing parts of an economic democratic society. There would be a truly democratic government in which the workers would be in charge of their own economic safety and welfare. Under economic democracy, all control will start from the workers, integrally united in unions. In each workplace, the workers will elect whatever committees or representatives are needed to facilitate production. Okay. Within each workplace, the workers will cooperate immediately in conceiving and setting up all strategies essential for effective procedures. Yeah, in other words, they'll vote for their administrators. This is what, in other words, whatever needs to be done, to make better products, safer products, non-polluting products, make the workplace safe where the workers don't get hurt. These are all things that the workers will vote, and they will vote for administrators because obviously with administrators things could be moved more quickly. Now if the administrators are not doing what the workers want, they could be immediately removed from their position. In other words, if a majority says they want this person out, that person that same day is out. So we have in the future, boys and girls, we will be involved, not voting once a year, boys and girls, in November. We'll be or for the primaries, we'll probably be voting 4, 5, 6 times a year at the workplace on different issues, and also if we have to remove anybody, but also, you know, on other elections outside of the workplace. So this, you know, we're going to be more democratically involved, and everybody's going to vote. Now, this past election, boys and girls, Obama against McCain, you know, this is the highest turnout probably in the history of the United States as far as people who went to vote. It was probably 65 to 70% of the population voted. In the future, boys and girls, it'll be, you know, we're going to have elections. They'll probably be 2 days long. Almost 100%, if not 100%, will be voting. And everybody who is eligible, because we got roughly 10% of the population, they're not even registered to vote. Everybody who is eligible to vote will vote. Okay, you're going to see it. You know, it's going to be very different. And you know, on one hand, yeah, we'll be voting more, and in a sense, on that part, we'll be doing more work, but we'll be benefiting more. Our lifestyle would be greatly improved. We'll be living longer because of more safety. Anyway, besides electing all needed workplace representatives, the workers will also elect representatives to a local and national committee of their occupation and to a central House of Representatives representing all occupations. That's the Congress I was telling you about. This central House of Representatives will arrange and balance production in all fields of the economy. All people elected to any position in the economic democratic government, whether it's at the workplace, the local committee, the national committee, or the central House of Representatives, will be immediately answerable to the workers. They will be subjected to dismissal at any time that a majority of those who elected them determine it is needed. Okay. In conclusion, a development of economic democracy needs great efforts of planning and instructional work. It requires constructing a political party of economic democracy to do away with the market economy and to teach the majority of workers about the necessity of economic democracy. It requires constructing a union, uniting all workers in a class-conscious operation, and to plan for them to acquire control and administer the equipment of production. Okay, boys and girls. Which leads me, boys and girls, to this little joke here. Let's go to this joke here. Oh, yeah. I hope I remember it. Okay. Okay, boys and girls. Knock, knock. Who's there? A bank capitalist. A bank capitalist who? I'm the bank capitalist because you're paying too much mortgage on your home. You're going to be forced to foreclosure, and then once you foreclose, I'm going to take over your house and then sell it again and make even bigger profits. Okay, on that note, boys and girls, here are the references of what the paper I presented. It's right over there. And here's the show, There Is a Place. This was episode 5. I hope this was very informative to you. Tell your parents about this, boys and girls. Work to form that big union. Work to form that third political party that I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, what I want you to do, boys and girls, on a future show, think of what we'll call this party. You come up with the name. Okay, for now we'll just say it's the Economic Democratic Party. But you come up with a name, and also a name for the union. What will we call this? It'll probably be the same name. Okay, anyway, I want you to think about it. Okay, see you next time, boys and girls. Bye.